Rumor has it Sydney Sweeney is now dating Scooter Braun. And this is per a report from Star Magazine. They were spotted together in Italy, which actually happened a while ago when they were following Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's wedding celebrations. She was seen in a TikTok walking alongside Scooter Braun and Vittoria Coretti, who is actually Leonardo DiCaprio's girlfriend. 27, by the way. I'll mention.
Well, he's aged up.
Yeah.
He's aged up.
There's nothing going on. There's no PDA in this video. There's absolutely no proof of a romantic connection between the two of them, so I'm not sure whether to trust this rumor. But they were hanging out casually together in Italy. And here were some of the first reactions to this news. One on TikTok said, "I will actively avoid everything she is ever in from now on. A self-proclaimed Swiftie hanging out with a criminal scum Scooter Braun. When people show you who they are, ...
Believe them." Wait,
yeah.
So why is he a criminal?
I think they're basically
I love it when they just lie.
They're basically just accusing Scooter Braun of theft because he was responsible for the sale of Taylor Swift's discography, which she actually purchased back for herself this year. And
my tweet
he
was,
is her arch nemesis in the music industry.
My tweet was, he stole her master, so she stole his heart. That's,
right.
You know, that's a greeting card if ever there was one.
So I suppose Swifties have now positioned themselves against Sydney Sweeney for associating herself either friendly or romantically with Scooter Braun, because Scooter Braun is, in their mind, literally Hitler. He's literally Satan incarnate. But according to a source, Scooter Braun is telling those closest to him that he's dating Sweeney, but asking them to keep it hush-hush for now.
I mean, you'd think a guy as media savvy as him would know to just not mention anything if you wanted it kept to yourself.
The most reasonable response to this news has been, it should have been Glenn Powell.
Yes, I saw that was Brett Cooper's take.
Most people are disappointed that Sydney Sweeney didn't end up dating Glenn Powell after breaking up with her own ex-fiancé, Jonathan Davino. But she's just going to date whoever advances her career, it looks like.
She's working her way up to Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
She's working her way up to Jeff Bezos.
Scooter Braun isn't a billionaire. No. But his net worth is reportedly $500 million. So
paltry.
Baby steps. Baby steps. And I assume that he could do something for her career, and it also helps him to date her.
He produces in Hollywood as well.
Yeah.
So he could absolutely do that for her.
One of the responses said, "Spiritually Israeli," which I believe is a pointed remark at Scooter Braun being Jewish, but we'll just let that slide. Another one said,
"Horseshoe theory really is a real thing.
Truly a masterclass in obliterating any goodwill people had toward her." As if being outed as a registered Republican wasn't bad enough.
Yeah, it's not like you can go farther down. Like, is there like some fan out there who's like, "Ugh, I can't take it anymore. First, she's not dating Glenn Powell. Then she makes the soap. Now she's a Republican, but Scooter Braun was like a bridge too far."
And a eugenicist. You forgot that one, too. Another comment said, "Could she be any more problematic? Yuck! She should go back to dating Glenn Powell." Well, that
never happened. She was never dating Glenn Powell.
They never actually dated. I don't know who missed the memo on this, but she was just giving a little showmance performance with Glenn Powell when they were promoting Anyone But You.
Speaking of which...
Yeah.
That's relevant here.
We have to acknowledge that we got hoodwinked by Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson earlier this year because they were in the middle of promoting their movie Naked Gun 2, and we're telling everybody that they have found love and they're dating, and everyone thought this is so cute. They're like the wholesome grandpa and grandma of Hollywood who have found love late in life when they didn't think it was possible. Well, according to a source from TMZ, that was fake. It was all a show, Mance, from the start. Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson's relationship was a PR stunt. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ the whole love fest was cooked up by their PR teams and Paramount. In fact, We're told Pamela and Liam Neeson didn't even see each other from the time cameras stopped rolling in June of 2024 until the press tour launched over a year later. A big slice of the stunt involved Pamela Anderson claiming she was baking muffins and sourdough bread for Liam, something he even played along with in interviews leading up to the premiere. It makes us assume that was also part of the strategy, pure role play, not reality. Pam and Liam never even had one-on-one dinners. Whenever they did, assistants were at the table, strictly business and zero romance.
Here's the thing. It's even more nefarious because they were rapping it in the language of him having a wife that died.
Yeah.
And this is his first chance at like these people knew exactly how to get let's face it, the women folk. They knew exactly how to wrap the women up in this story about, he hasn't been with anyone since his wife died. It's so romantic. It's so wholesome. No.
And like Pamela Anderson, you could argue, is like hard done by in life.
Yeah. And here they are. They found each other now. And,
Yeah.
and go figure. None of it was real.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether I believe the source that TMZ is quoting here. Maybe it's real. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's something in between. But
I mean, that's the best thing for them, right? It's like their idea is like, we don't know where the truth ends and the lie begins.
right. There were even details about how they've blended their families and stuff. Like,
I would love to be the...
it's a lot of
so
work.
you've got like a PR team, right? And they're going through their back and forth about how they're going to sell this to people. And this is why I tell you Hollywood was better when there was cocaine in the boardrooms. This goes true for the PR people as well. So what I'm imagining is they're like, we could leak that they're dating. We don't have to say too much. We'll let the story kind of carry itself. And then they get the ideas get crazier and crazier until you get into bake-offs and blended families. And the cocaine is flowing, and the ideas are on the whiteboard up there.
Right.
And really, it's kind of nefarious because they're playing on on a bid for sympathy.
Right, especially with Liam Neeson's
Yeah.
backstory, which is actually real, and I'm surprised that if this was coordinated, he would be willing to use his own personal tragedy as a selling point for a movie.
He was Ra's al Ghul, after all.
I don't know. Maybe he has that dog in him, but it did work. They made a lot of money on Naked Gun 2.
I mean, it's already out on streaming.
They said it grossed $89 million worldwide on a $42 million budget.
And that's not a lot of money. They didn't make their money back on that. That's like
Really?
No, because they split $89 million with the theaters, so
I
they
guess
made
that's
like
true.
they
I
didn't
didn't
make
think of
any
that.
money on this. I guess the idea is that it's going to make more money on pay VOD, but in general, is all of that really worth invoking your dead wife's name to sell it?
As for Sydney Sweeney, I'm becoming more and more convinced that she's a bit of a sociopath. Not because she's dating Scooter Braun, and I hate Scooter Braun. Like, I've been actually sort of a Scooter Braun defender as the months have gone on, because I just don't believe he is the super villain of the music industry that Justin Bieber's supporters will tell you he is, or Swifties will tell you he is. He's just a ruthless businessman, and things happen in the industry that screw some people over and benefit others. It's not that complicated. It's not a dramatic story that Taylor Swift wrote it into. It was a bit of a spin. But Sydney Sweeney is just going to date or pretend to date whoever it takes to get her in the headlines.
Well, and that's like, I imagine, again, I always go back to that thing where that, like, her parents said that she gave them like a 5-year plan when she was like 13. She's been this way since she was a kid. She was like, she probably has like a flow chart in the living room of potential dating. There's Venn diagrams posted on, it's literally the Charlie Day meme.
Yeah.
And she's debating who to date next. Is it this, or do I have rumors about dating Pedro Pascal leak? Which one is it?
She doesn't strike me as a romantic type. She's definitely a pragmatist when it comes to her dating life.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, people talk about how the appeal to her is that she appeals to men, and she's okay with men looking because there is a pragmatic reason to do that, because it's a void in the culture that hasn't been filled in a long time, because most of the sexualized nature of Hollywood now is the Sabrina Carpenter sexualization, which is very different.
Which is hostile to men. At the same time as wanting
As you
to
called
sleep
it,
with
horny
them.
misandry.
Yep, I'm gonna stick with that.
I think that's a good description. So she's filling a power vacuum that was left by Pamela Anderson 20 years ago. She's busy with Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
She's filling a power vacuum that was filled by Megan Fox.
Oh yeah, that's Megan Fox.
Even Megan Fox made Jennifer's Body, which is a little bit more intellectual in its approach to sexualization,
which is why it bombed.
Yeah. But the point is that Sydney Sweeney probably doesn't do anything without, like, you know what it is? The funnier version of this is that she asks ChatGPT who she should date.
I bet that she still has a 5, 10, 15-year plan that she's going by even now.
She's it's like there's like this joke in the show Eureka where Nathan Stark is talking to the main character, and he talks about, like, what do you want in the world, and Nathan says, like, like control, power, blah blah blah, and he goes, you dream about world domination? He's like, not all the time. Like, I imagine if you asked Sydney Sweeney, she'd be like, yeah, she's like she's like Nathan being asked by Carter if you dream about world domination. She's like, well, not all the time, but when I'm not working, I do.
Yeah, I mean, I think being rich and famous is fine, and I'm sure it has its perks, but I don't know if it's worth completely fabricating every facet of your existence for media consumption.
Depends on what your goals are in life. If your goals are to obtain a crap ton of power and money, then she's on the right path.
So I don't think that's really the right goal.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.